Hey everyone, happy MLK Junior Day. I hope everyone had a good day, and that you got to relax and enjoy your family. This has been a really nice 2 days. Yesterday, starting in the presence of God, to being with family, friends, to today being with family and loved ones and enjoying leisure time. We just need to enjoy each other. So much crazy stuff going on in the world. You got to enjoy your family. You got to enjoy your friends and just love on each other one day at a time. One day at a time. And so I hope you all had a great day, and that you were able to take some time today to really honor the sentiment and the value of why we observe this day, and why Martin Luther King Jr.'s life was so, I can't even think of an adjective that I want to use for lack of one right now, essential, critical, to the movement that has happened and the progress that has taken place for all people, minority people. And I am grateful that people like him and all of those that we honor, especially in this upcoming month of February, which will be Black History Month, for the sacrifices that they made to make sure that people of color and all other minorities, because it's really set a precedent, right? Led the charge of making sure that all people are given equal opportunities. And it's humbling, because I was sitting today with my god babies, and they were listening to their mom and just her sharing with them and them reciting what they've learned in school and what they've read in books, and especially about the character of people. It's so important that we are passing down this information about character to the next generation, because even the slightest thing that you do, even today I saw something and a young person was challenged in a moment by friends who were really being funny, and even in that, his character stayed intact, and he was able to be a light in that situation, even if they don't see it right now, because it was funny to them, and they were being goofy. But at the end of the day, those small lessons, and I said something to him. I did say something to him afterwards, and I said, you stood up there. You made sure to keep your character right. And, he just kind of smiled and gave a little chuckle. But that's what it's about. Encouraging our young people, encouraging the next generation to continue, right? To continue to uphold the things that are important to building character. And so I just wanted to lift that up because, yes, as one of my god babies said, Martin Luther King said, I have a dream that one day my four little children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. And that's something that I'm really grateful that I learned young. I had to recite that. Don't ask me to do it today. But I had to recite that whole entire speech for school one time. It was a speech meet, and it was humbling then, even at my age, understanding what I was reciting, but even more so now. So again, I'm just grateful. And, speaking of character and how we need to be passing this down, I want to get into today, the first segment of this Who Are You Serving? And it's been a minute. So if we just recap really quickly, I started Church Culture Series, and we started talking about the environment and your testimony. And you can go back and watch those videos. I'm going to try to embed the links here so that you can go and see them. But yeah, it's like we have to make sure that we're keeping that in mind while we are taking inventory of who we are serving. Because if we don't, everything we do could really be rendered ineffective and null and void. And so we really, really have to take time, really have to take time. And so today, I'm just going to quickly talk about the babies. And when I say the babies, forgive me, for that 15 to 18-year-old group who are certainly not babies and, even a little bit younger than them. But for the purposes of the video, I'm going to say 17 and under. These are our children. They are in our care. They are under our tutelage. They are in our mentorship, right? Because they are sponges. They are naive. They are gullible. They are open books. They are susceptible and open to learning and taking in. That's the good and the bad. And so even from the secular perspective, we're like, oh my goodness, they're just so smart and they just do things so quick and da-da-da-da-da. Why are we not taking time, especially post-pandemic and during the pandemic, but we're going to say post-pandemic now, taking the time to make sure that we are embedding the principles of God into our children? And it doesn't mean Bible thumping them. It means talking to them about character, talking to them about treating others the way you would want to be treated, along with treating others the way they want to be treated, right? Because we understand that that's being taught now too. It's just another way of teaching that golden rule, right? It's another way of telling them you have to treat people in a way that wouldn't offend you, even if it was you. And it's just little simple things, that grow with them, that they build in character, And of course, a lot of the post-pandemic babies in church, I'm like, they're not learning anything. Like, it breaks my heart. I'm like, the things that we knew in kindergarten, first, second, they're in third, fourth, fifth, some sixth, even older, and have no clue. And we really have to make sure that we're setting them up for success, because they are living in a world that is a whole hot mess right now. Just watch the news. And I don't do that too often or too long if I do look, because it's just like, ugh. And they have to grow up in this, and they have to be the adults and the decision makers. And if we are not pouring into them the principles and the values that they need to be great men and great women of character, we're struggling. And we're struggling already. We see that. And that should make all adults and those that influence young people think, what am I doing? Or what am I not doing? How am I being an example? How am I being an example before these young people? So I just wanted to talk about the babies tonight, because they need us. They might act like they don't. They might want to be like, but they need us to love on them and instill principles of character within them. Because they are going to be our future leaders. They are our leaders right now. Look at the world. Look at all the things that are happening where young people are at the center. And I'm going to shut up because the furnace said, you done. I was quiet long enough. So I love y'all. I hope you had a beautiful day. And please remember, let's instill the principles of character into the young people that we love. I'll see you on Friday.